Have you ever felt the urge to just drop everything and follow the call of the river? To leave behind the familiar and dive headfirst into an adventure with friends you have not even met yet? If so, then you already understand the heart of one of the most beloved classics in English literature, The Wind in the Willows. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a leisurely trip down the riverbank to explore the enchanting world created by Kenneth Grahame. This isn't just a children's story about talking animals. It's a timeless ode to friendship, nature, and the simple joys of life. So, pack a picnic basket, cast off your moorings, and let's drift into this magical tale. Our story begins with the gentle and home-loving mole. He spent his whole life underground, sprinkling his little home. But one day, something changes. A new feeling, a spirit of divine discontent and longing seizes him. He throws down his paintbrush, says bother, and, oh, blow, and scrambles out of his dark tunnel into the bright, dazzling sunlight. For the first time, he sees the world in all its glory. The warm meadows, the cheerful birds, and most importantly, the shimmering, chattering river. It's here, by the river, that he meets the character who will change his life forever, the charming and capable Ratty. Rat is a water rat, a poet, and a true connoisseur of river life. He lives in a cozy home built into the riverbank and spends his days simply messing about in boats. Seeing the amazed mole, Ratty kindly invites him into his own boat for a trip down the river, sharing his picnic basket filled with delicious food. This simple act of kindness marks the beginning of a legendary friendship. Ratty introduces Mole to the joys of the river, teaching him to swim and row. For Mole, this new world is a revelation. He's captivated by the freedom and beauty of it all. Through Ratty, Mole learns that there is nothing, absolutely nothing, half so much worth doing as simply messing about in boats. It's a philosophy of appreciating the present moment, of finding happiness not in grand ambitions, but in the small, wonderful details of life. But the riverbank isn't just about peaceful picnics. It's also home to the wise and reclusive badger who lives deep in the heart of the wild wood. The wild wood is a place of mystery and a little bit of danger, representing the unknown that lies just beyond our comfort zones. When Mole gets lost in the snow-covered wood one winter evening, it's Ratty who bravely ventures in to find him, and it's the formidable yet kind-hearted badger who gives them shelter in his vast, labyrinthian underground home. Badger is the anchor of their community, gruff on the outside, but fiercely loyal and protective of his friends. He represents wisdom, stability, and the comfort of a safe haven. And then, of course, there's the one and only Mr. Toad, the wealthy, impulsive, and outrageously conceited master of Toad Hall. Toad is a force of nature, a whirlwind of chaotic energy. He lurches from one obsession to the next with childlike enthusiasm and a complete lack of foresight. First, it's boating. Then it's a horse-drawn caravan which he crashes spectacularly after being frightened by a passing motor car. But that motor car doesn't just scare him. It ignites his next and most disastrous mania. Poop poop becomes his new catchphrase. He buys the fastest, most expensive cars he can find, only to crash them one after another. Toad's reckless driving and complete disregard for anyone else lands him in a world of trouble. His friends, Mole, Ratty, and Badger, try to stage an intervention, locking him in his room to cure him of his obsession. But Toad is as cunning as he is foolish. He escapes, steals a car, and ends up sentenced to 20 years in prison. Toad's adventures from this point are pure comedy gold. He escapes from prison disguised as a washerwoman, a hilarious sequence of events that sees him tricking a train driver, falling into a canal, and stealing a barged woman's horse. He is constantly humbled, yet his ego remains stubbornly intact. He's a character you can't help but love, despite his many, many flaws. He reminds us of that part of ourselves that dreams big acts impulsively and sometimes needs our friends to save us from ourselves. While Toad is off on his wild escapades, the story gives us quieter, more profound moments. There's a beautiful chapter, The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, where Ratty and Mole, searching for a lost baby otter, have a mystical encounter with the god Pan, the protector of all animals. It's a moment of pure spiritual awe that touches on the deep, ancient magic of the natural world. Another chapter. Wayfarer's All explores Ratty's sudden temptation to leave his beloved river behind and follow the migrating birds. It's a poignant look at the pull between the comfort of home and the allure of the unknown, a feeling we all experience at some point in our lives. Ultimately, the story circles back to friendship and home. Upon his return, Toad finds that his magnificent home, Toad Hall, has been overrun by weasels, stoats, and ferrets from the wild wood. He is devastated. But he's not alone. Mole, Ratty, and the strategic Badger devise a clever plan to reclaim the hall. Using a secret tunnel, the four friends launch a surprise attack, driving the intruders out in a chaotic, heroic battle. In the end, Toad Hall is restored, and Toad, finally humbled by his experiences and the unwavering loyalty of his friends, hosts a banquet. He intends to give a speech all about his own cleverness and bravery, but seeing the patient, hopeful faces of his friends, he changes his mind. Instead, he gives a simple, modest speech, finally showing that he has learned a lesson about humility and gratitude. The Wind in the Willows is so much more than an adventure story. It's a celebration of four distinct personalities who, together, create a perfect whole. You have Mole's gentle curiosity, Ratty's steady companionship, Badger's stoic wisdom, and Toad's irrepressible, if chaotical zest for life. The book teaches us that true home isn't just a place. It's the people you share it with. It's about the quiet comfort of sitting by a fire with a friend, the shared thrill of an adventure, and the unwavering support that helps you find your way back when you're lost. Kenneth Grahame wrote this story for his young son, Alistair, and perhaps that's why it resonates with such warmth and sincerity. It captures the wonder of seeing the world for the first time, while also speaking to adult themes of responsibility, temptation, and the enduring power of friendship. It's a book that grows with you. As a child, you love Toad's silly antics. As an adult, you appreciate the quiet beauty of Ratty's river and Mole's journey of self-discovery. So, what do you think? Who is your favorite character? Are you a home-loving Mole, a poetic Ratty, a wise Badger, or a thrill-seeking Toad? Let me know in the comments below. This book is a true treasure. A reminder to slow down, listen to the wind in the willows, and cherish the friends who mess about in boats with you. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip down the riverbank today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And do you ain't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you ain't miss our next literary adventure. Until next time, happy reading!